And let me make sure you can share your screen if you need to.
Oh,
All
yes,
right.
please.
I got all that. I think all things are good. Sheila, I'll let you, we got a big crew. Everyone's here.
Hey,
I'm gonna stop and let.
okay. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Sheila Stone. I am the owner and operator and sole employee of Sheila Stone Tours. And I am welcoming you today to this packing light. So here we are. I'm going to go over some stuff. This is something that means a great deal to me, especially since a week from tomorrow I leave for Japan and I'll be gone for 3 weeks. And just to give you an idea, now I am going to be reaching for stuff, so this might be a little haphazard, but just to give you an idea, this is my clothes for 3 weeks in Japan. Let me unmute, unblur the background. There we go. So this is my clothes for 3 weeks in Japan. Now that's my clothes, just my clothes, not like my under things, but shirts, pants, the whole thing. So that is how I travel. But of course, the problem is, it's not so much the clothes, it's all the other stuff. Now, let me go over just a moment about suitcases. Now, there are two camps of suitcases. One is 2 wheels versus 4 wheels. When I go to Europe, I have a suitcase problem. I have more suitcases than anyone really needs to have. But when I go to Europe, I want 2 wheels. And the reason I want 2 wheels is because when you're going over things like cobblestones and old streets, uneven sidewalks, believe me, 2 wheels is better. When I go to Japan, I like 4 wheels because it's easier in airports, in areas where it's going to be a smoother ride. Now, one of the things you need to consider when you're purchasing suitcases is hard versus soft-sided. I like soft-sided. You can put more stuff in. Hard has a real, you can only do so much with a hard-sided suitcase. And it's really important to pay attention to the weight of your suitcase when it's empty. If you have a suitcase that is 10 pounds when it's empty, you may have a problem with weight, and the airlines are not that forgiving. It's also important to have really good wheels. I had, the last time I went to Japan, I had my four-wheeled suitcase, and it worked great until I put some stuff in it, and then it didn't want to work so well. So after that trip, I donated it and bought myself one that works much better. Heavy, when it's full, not heavy, but you want your suitcase to have, if you're using a wheelie bag, you want there to be a front stop. That's the thing that when you put the suitcase up, it keeps it from going and falling over. You don't want to live with that. So you need to have a nice front stop to hold it upright. And then you want it to have a large opening in the top. The first duffel, I love duffels, and I have a duffel and I think it's just fantastic. But the first one, when I wanted to try a duffel, I borrowed one from a friend and it just had a single zip across the middle. That was a pain in the rear end. You want whatever suitcase you have to have a big opening that you can reach in and you can get stuff. Now, as you might have guessed by what I showed you with the stuff I'm taking, is I'm a big fan of packing cubes. Now, there are a lot of ways to pack, and it's whatever works for you. Now, I love my packing cubes. I roll stuff. There are people who want to stack things and then fold them. I know if I did that, I would always be wanting whatever was in the middle of that packet. And if I roll things, especially with the duffel, you can stack your packing cubes like you're filing them, and it's real easy to just grab out what you need. And I'll give you a tip about that a little later on. Now, packing cubes used to all be done by Eagle Creek, and they're wonderful. And I have again, way too many for one human being. But they're expensive. And Eagle Creek, I mean, they're wonderful, but you don't need to spend Eagle Creek money. Now, they come in different sizes. Here's what I usually use for scarves. You can get them from other companies as well. I don't even know where this one came from, but I use it a lot of times. But one thing Eagle Creek does have, if you like button-up shirts, is there's this. And this is great because, let's see, it comes with this really handy dandy thing here. And you put that in the middle of your shirt, fold your shirt up, stick it in this packing, it's not really a cube, but in this packing thing, slide it back out, and then do however many shirts you want. And then you put this into the bottom of the packing envelope and then fold it all up so that when you're using your stuff, you can put them back in the way that you started out. So you can get packing cubes. I even saw a package of packing cubes at IKEA a few years ago for like $7.99 for 4 cubes. You can buy them a lot of different places. Now, let me see. Oh, yes. Okay, so your personal item. This is one of my personal items. I have too many of those as well. I just got this one last year. One of the things you need to look out for personal items. One, you want the inside to be a contrasting color so you can find your stuff, so it doesn't become a black hole that everything falls into, and you find it again when you unpack it when you're home and you go, oh, that was what I needed. Another thing you want is you want it to have a really nice thing in back. I don't know, can you see that okay? All right. That you can slide over the handles of your other bag. You don't want just a little strap, because you know what'll happen? It'll spin around and you don't want that. This one, which is particularly nice, and a lot of them have this, is this has a zipper. So if I'm not using it on my bag, I have an extra little, sleeve that I can put things in. Okay, so some people really love vacuum bags, and they swear by them. I swear at them, because the problem with vacuum bags, first off, they're not cheap. Secondly, once this little seal thing goes, you now have a very expensive baggie. And you know what works better? Baggies. This is a package that it weighs almost nothing. I stick it in my suitcase. It's got a bunch of different sizes. You may think, oh, I don't need anything for baggies. Let me tell you, it comes in handy in ways you would never expect. One of the bags that I love dearly is this little guy. This is one of those bags. See, it's got a zipper, and you pull it out, and it becomes an extra bag that you've got that you can take with you. It also, amazingly, has one of those slidey things so you can put it over the back of your suitcase. So a brilliant little item. I mean, IKEA makes these, a lot of places make them. This one I think I must have gotten this at Daiso, which is the Japanese 99-cent store, because it says, wind blows, walking in the air, created by travel, river flows. That's so Japanese. So you can find those in a lot of places. Now, the thing is, if you travel with not a lot of clothes, you're going to have to do laundry. Now, this is what I take. This is my little handy dandy laundry bag. It's plastic lined. I have no idea where I got it. This is the bag that I use to put my dirty clothes in. See, it says dirty clothes. And it too is plastic lined. But what I keep in my laundry bag is this. I have a Tide stick. This is a spice shaker that I bought specifically for this. I took the turmeric out, put it in another thing. And the thing that's wonderful about this is it pops open, and I see, if you can see, it's got little holes. So you don't end up dumping all of your laundry soap in one basin full of stuff. You can just shake a little bit out. I used Tide that I bought at, dry Tide that I bought at the 99-cent store. The reason I don't bring liquid is liquids, it's crazy to have to do that. Now, here's my hanger. It's one of these lovely things. It's got a bungee, it's a bungee kind of cord with the little hook on each side, and it opens like this. Can you see that? So what you can do is you hang it up and you just poke your clothes through, and that's a great way to get everything dry. I also carry a little thing like this. This is, I have it labeled Goo Gone. I don't know if you can see that, but it really isn't Goo Gone. It's something you get at the 99-cent store called Awesome. But if you get grease on your clothes, this will put a few drops of that on, hand wash it, it'll get rid of it. I travel with, okay, I don't iron clothes when I travel. I don't iron clothes when I'm home. So I'm not going to do it when I'm traveling. So what I do is I carry a little empty spray bottle, fill it with water, hang whatever I'm going to wear the next day, spray it, put my hands over it, close enough for me. I also have this wonderful folding hanger. These are available on Amazon. But I had it for, I think, several years before I realized if you've got like a camisole, you put the camisole strap in there, whoops, and you do that, and it holds it in place so it doesn't fall off. What else? And this. If you have, because sometimes the sinks don't have a plug. And you can buy those silicone or the other kind of plugs. They're heavy. This is a jar opener. I got it. It actually had some sort of advertising on the front, which is long gone, but it works perfectly. You put it on, put your soap and your water in, wash it, take it off, rinse your stuff, and it doesn't take up a lot of room, and it weighs almost nothing. One of the things that I always take is my own first aid kit. You can buy first aid kits, but this is personal to me. So I've got a pair of fold-up scissors. I've got nail clippers. I get migraines. I have my migraine medicine. I also had open heart surgery 4 years ago. So if I have any sort of wound, or if I have to have any dental work done, I have to take antibiotics beforehand. So I carry a few of those. I carry blister patches. You know what? Even if your shoes are old and they're worn in, I one time had a pair of sandals that I had had for quite a while. And when I was in London, I got blisters on the top and the bottom of my toes. That was not fun. Don't do that. For jewelry, I have this handy dandy jewelry thing here. You can buy these on Amazon as well. Whoops. Oh, and I also have an earring. Ta-da. But these are nice because you put your jewelry in, close it up like that, tie the top. It protects your jewelry. Okay, electronics. I'm going to come back to that. Okay. Sometimes people have the toiletry kits, great big toiletry kits. And I have used them. This is one of my many toiletry kits. This one is really nice. It's by Travel On, and it lays flat, which is nice. And I used like morning shower stuff, evening and toothbrush stuff. But lately, I've moved over to having individual bags because you can adjust them where you put them in your suitcase. So this is a bag I've had for ages. I don't even know where it came from, but this is, I carry, because I color my hair with the color from, it's like a conditioner. So it gets on towels. So I travel with a little towel that I use. So I'm not that person that gets hair color all over their towels at the hotel. I got this at Daiso. It's supposed to be like to put on your hair, but you know what? It's a great scrubby. Because those scrubbies that are really big, they take forever to dry. This thing dries fast. This is another scrubby I use sometimes. This was made by Cindy's mother. And she gave it to me, and it's rough and it's perfect because it doesn't hold water, and you shake it out real good and it dries quickly. I don't use, well, actually, even at home, I no longer use liquid shampoo. This is a shampoo bar. Some people hate them. I happen to love them. Oh, and I also have, I'm one of those people, I have to shave my legs every time I shower. It started when I got married, and it just, even though I've been divorced for decades, I still do it. It's a thing. So I bought myself this little bitty razor, and it comes in a little container. One of the things I put in it, you know those things that you use to absorb liquid? What are they called? They're like silica gel. I just put that there on top, and it keeps it from, it helps it dry. Put all this back. Okay, what is this? Oh, okay, so this is what I've started using, and this is just an old Clinique bag that I've had around forever. I hang on to all this kind of stuff, and then I end up pulling it out and going, oh, I could use this. So one of the things I do on my packing cubes and on these is, see this? This is this, whoops, upside down, sorry. This, I used to use duct tape. They don't seem to make it this size anymore, but this is by Scotch. It's colored plastic tape, and I got it on Amazon, and I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't very much for the whole package. And I write on it with a Sharpie. Always travel with a Sharpie. Sharpies are absolutely fabulous. So I put it on, and on the packing cubes, if I'm using them, they have a strap. I put it on the strap. It's just the perfect size to go on the strap. And then I know what is in each bag. Now, I've only got one bag this time, but I often have several. And I'm not having to dig through my suitcase going, okay, what packing cube did I put my pants in? What packing cube did I put my sweaters in? Two other things I use a lot. These are toothbrush tabs. And toothbrush tabs are pretty darn amazing, I'm here to tell you. And when I was I was at an English school. I was volunteering at an English school last year, and I had forgot to bring breath mints. You do not want to talk to people for 5 hours a day with no breath mints. So I carried toothpaste tabs, and in between the sessions, I would run to the bathroom and then spit it out. And that was my toothpaste. That was how I cleaned my breath. The last time I went, something ripped, and I didn't have a sewing kit. So I took one of the containers from toothpaste tabs and made my own little sewing kit, which I'm rather proud of. It's got safety pins and thread and needles and a seam ripper, and it just fits all in here. Oh, okay, so electronics, and then I don't know, how much time do I have left?
We have about 3 minutes left, and you have a couple of questions. So if you want
Okay.
to share about that, and then I can read the questions to you.
Okay, real quick. One of the things with electronics is, trying to keep track of what do you call it? What color is for what plug. And I use nail polish. See, it's got little nail polish drops on it. Just let them dry really well, and that'll help you keep that straight. Okay, questions?
Yes, Charlotte asked if you can share a link for the personal bag, the purple one that was so amazing. And Rebecca wants to know what you recommend for soap options.
I do bar soap, and I get little bitty, you can buy them at, goodness, you can get them at a lot of places, but if you can't find any itty bitty soaps, they're not precious. Cut them in half or cut them in quarters and put them in a container that they will fit in. I have a little, oops, where's my little plastic container here? It has disappeared. I have a little plastic container that I keep my soaps in, and it works really well. Okay, and as far as the other stuff, I don't have it on me, but please send me a link or send me an email. Here is my, hold on here. Oh wait, I need to say, oh, dang it. Share screen, this, and from beginning, there we go. Whoops, come on. Okay, whoops, okay, so this is it. And I have a book in case anyone is interested about packing light. If you have any questions, here's my information. I would love to help you. The lady who wanted the information on the bag, I do have the link. And just send me an email and I'll be happy to shoot you an email with the link.
Cindy, will they be able to access like the slides and the presenter's contact info?
All of the contact information for Sheila is on the website. So you'll see her, just click there, you'll see a bio and you can click and go directly to her website. And all of these are being recorded. So we'll have it all available for you in the next day or two. You can rewatch any of this to see all the content again. So thank you for asking.
I rushed through. I hope that there was something that was helpful.
Yeah, it was
very,
great.
very good. Thank you.
And
This
I
was
want to say,
great. Thank you.
yeah, I use it's a little pill box, like one of those it's a plastic one I get at CVS. That's what I put my soap in. So if you keep your eyes open for containers, you're like, oh, that's a perfect container for that. After using it for soap for years, I found that it was holding the water. So I just took a nail and put holes in the bottom of it so it will drain the water out and keep my soap dry. So think about those kinds of things. I know April, I talk about having like a box of containers. So I don't throw anything away. I just throw it in a little box. And when I have to travel, it's like, oh, this container will work for perfect.
Oh, Muji is great too. I saw someone mention that. Yeah, I do the same thing. I have a drawer, one of those plastic drawers, and it's filled with all kinds of containers. I keep all kinds of bags. I mean, those Clinique bags. I've had them for probably 10 years before I went, oh, I know I can use them for this. So hang on to that kind of stuff. It's really, really good. Think outside the box, use what you've got. You don't have to buy all new.
And downsize, right, Sheila? I love that you're showing, that you can put your, laundry soap in the little thing. Like, think about how much you're going to actually need. You don't need a full size container of toothpaste and shampoo. Please don't travel with that. Just
oh gosh,
put it in something smaller. All right. Well, we're at the end here in our next sessions. We have 2 sessions coming up after this. How to get your photos, travel photography, and then why one visit isn't enough. That's the other one that's happening right now in the next half hour. So I'll let you all go. Thank you so much, Sheila. This was great information. And you'll all have to rewatch it to catch all that good stuff.
Yeah, there's tons of information there.
I feel like I was dead run. Okay, thank you all.
Thanks,
Happy travels.
Thanks, Callie. Thank you for helping.
Thank you, Callie.